Hello, welcome to the live stream. It's Mary Z, Easy Recipes. Welcome everybody to the live stream. It's a lovely day again today. Welcome to the live stream. Today is the 16th of October. It's nearly 8 o'clock in the night at the moment where I am. So I'm welcoming everyone from the corners of the world. If you have time to just have some minutes, just to spend the time together here and enjoy the lovely chat, the lovely discussion we are going to have today. So it has been a wonderful day today. The weather has been really good. You know, it has been really good. Um, Initially in the morning, there were showers, a little bit of showers and a little bit of drizzle, but the weather didn't stop me from going out. I had to go out to do one or two things today in the morning, and now here I am on the live stream. So feel free to join the live stream. Feel free to join the live stream. I always, like to talk about the weather, the temperature, whether it's raining, whether it's sunny, because different places at this point in time around the world, people have different, weather conditions at the moment. Some are in their winter season, some are in their autumn season, some are in their summer season, some are in spring season. I always wonder which season do I like best. Yeah, I should also, try to think which season I like best. I think I like spring. Um because spring is that time when the vegetation starts to change, after winter. We come from winter, we go to spring. So it's just that time when things start to change for the better. We start to see green grass sprouting in spring. We start to see the trees getting back their leaves, because at the moment in autumn, most of the leaves are turning into a golden color, and then they become yellowish, and some of them become like maroon. Then after some time, all the leaves fall down, and it's a sign that we will be in winter. So when these trees will just like go into sort of dormance, and they'll just be there, they are alive, but the leaves are not there. But it doesn't mean that they are going to dry. They don't dry out. Then comes my favorite season. My favorite season is spring. I like spring. Within a short while, when we just go into spring, you see the leaves, the trees having some little buds, and then within a short while, you see the leaves have come out in bulk. It's just like magic. That's why I like spring. Spring is like a time when we experience nature, and it presents like magic. You see, oh, the trees, all the trees now have leaves. Wow, it's really amazing. I think um I think I can. I want to write a poem about spring, because spring is amazing. So anyway, we cannot complain at the moment. We are in autumn, and it is getting cool bit by bit, bit by bit. It's cooling down, And this time we are having the cooling down. It's really lovely, you know. It's not like people are wearing overcoats out there, they are wearing jackets. No, they're just wearing jumpers. And some are brave enough, they just wear, you know, like light, warm clothes, you know. So it's the cooling time. We are in the cooling time, preparing for the frost days to come. So soon we'll be having winter, and you know, the cold will be there. We can't deny that. It will definitely, it will definitely get cooler in the days to come, and yeah, we just enjoy every bit of, you know, weather. Although sometimes we talk of favorites, you know, like spring. That's my favorite. But you know, my second favorite is summer, because what I love about summer is that it is the time when we get busy growing different crops, because it will be sunny. You know, the plants love sunshine. So that's the time when we grow different crops in our backyard gardens. Some grow those on farms, some on allotments. So it's just a lovely time as well. Summer is also lovely time to grow crops and time to enjoy. You can enjoy your fresh, what can I say? Fresh onion or fresh cabbage, fresh carrots, and so on. So that is a beautiful time as well. Let's go to the chat. Oh, hello, Lucy Warren's World is here. Lovely to have you, Lucy, in the live stream. And it's a wonderful day to have guests coming around. I'm really happy to have you here. How are you, Lucy? And how was your day today? How was your day? How was your day? I had a wonderful day, you know, because I had the chance of going to do some one or two chores and, you know, out there. Oh, we have Strawberry and friends. Hello, Strawberry and friends. How are you? Strawberry and friends says, hi, I was your first like. Oh, that's awesome. Strawberry friends, you are always a very good supporter. I really am grateful for that. Thank you ever so much. Strawberry and Friends is saying hi. Hi to everybody in the live stream. So, how was your day, Strawberry and Friends? Oh, you can just call me Strawberry. All right, that's fair and fine. So, how was your day, Strawberry? How was your day? I hope you had a great day. Yeah, it was great. Oh, that's lovely to hear. So Strawberry saying he had a great day, which is beautiful. So I was just talking about, you know, that sometimes we need just to be happy with the weather, because in some point in time, the weather sometimes gets like not good at all, and you know, people struggle when the weather is not good at all. So when we have these like mild weather conditions, we need to be grateful for that. So that's what I was saying, that at the moment we are in autumn and it's quite manageable. I can, you know, I can go out without a problem, because you just need like a jumper, and you don't need like a fur coat, because it's, or an overcoat, because it is manageable. So I was also saying that people around the globe, you know, they experience different weather conditions. I think I watched the news sometime in the morning, and you know, some places people are having like floods and so on. So We need to be grateful when our weather is at least manageable. Because, as we know, no one can control the weather, it just happens. It's that those environmental factors which we cannot control. So today is another beautiful day, another great day, and I thought of now, I thought of just talking about food today. Oh, strawberries giving us loads of amazing, beautiful emojis there. That's beautiful strawberry. So today I was just going to talk about food, in that we all like food. Most people, I can say most people. Well, sometimes you find young ones don't like food. Sometimes they'll just be crying when they when you try to feed them food. Maybe it's not that they don't like the food, it's because they won't be ready, at that point in time to eat. Sometimes that's why they just they cry or they resist the food and so on, which is really funny, what young ones do sometimes. Then, so the adults know what to do when young ones, are sort of not getting any interest in eating. But we just want to say that food is really an important part of our life. And if we are able to consume, to eat food, that's really a privilege. That's a privilege, because sometimes some people cannot eat the food, so they get other ways, of managing their nutrition. So food is really important to us human beings. Food is important to the animals. So when we look at food, we need just to have an insight of what really do we get from food when we eat food. What do we get from food? It is, the dietitians, the experts say that food has nutrients. Those substances we get when we take the food. When the food is digested in our stomachs, they are called nutrients. So these nutrients are the ones which will help our bodies. It said the nutrients help our bodies to have, so that we have a bit of energy. We need a little bit of energy. We need energy to do all sorts of activities. We need energy even to talk. If you are like, you lack these nutrients, sometimes you cannot, manage to do these body activities. There are lots of body activities which go on in our bodies. Some of them we don't even aware of what is happening, but the body is always at work. Always at work. Imagine breathing and respiration and thinking and digestion. What about the external activities? Walking, talking. Even when you want to eat, you need a bit of energy so that you eat, isn't it? You need a bit of energy. So food is very important to our bodies. So Strawberry is saying, oh, Lucy is giving us some support there. And Strawberry is saying, I have to go now. Thank you, Strawberry, for coming over. I will be on your next stream maybe. That's wonderful. So we are just getting an insight of what does food do to us. Food can make us, it makes us grow. Food can give us energy. Food can help if we are, for example, if we have like a, what can I say? If we have maybe a cold or a flu, or we are not really feeling well, sometimes food can help to repair the cells, because our bodies are made of cells. So food has lots of functions, and food can also help us to, for example, if you have a little injury or an injury on your skin, you find that after some time, oh, there's a scab which is formed there. Then after some time, it has dried out and it is gone back to normal. Your skin has gone back to normal after maybe an injury. So all those is because of the various nutrients which we get from the food. So we have 3 people in the house, and we have some likes there. So this is what I just thought of, just giving an insight and just discussing about, what food does to us. People always like to talk about, oh, what is your favorite food? And many people have their favorite food. Some would name maybe a type of meat as a favorite food. Some might name a type of a type of grain as a favorite food. Some might name a type of fruit as a favorite food, or some might name a type of maybe a pudding, a cake, a type of chocolate, a type of fish as a favorite food. So various foods are people's favorite food. So I wonder, what's your favorite food? Anyone in the chat? What's your favorite food? And as for me, my favorite food is I like salad. I like chicken. I like as for fruits, I like avocado, pears. So those are the sort of food I like. Those are my favorite food. But the thing is, we cannot exhaust the types of food which is in this world. There is a lot of, or a variety of food in this world. If we sort of like categorize the food, if we say, okay, let's list the fruits available in this on this planet, we'll never exhaust them. There are fruits which we grow like farming. We can grow like apples, we can grow citrus fruits, we can grow grapes, we can grow all types of berries, blackberries, blueberries, we can grow other fruits like the papayas, the mangoes, the dragon fruit, the what else? The coconuts, coconuts are usually, they're usually like they just grow by the seaside, but some people nowadays they grow them as well. So we have a vast, a vast choice when it comes to fruits. If we think about even wild fruits, there are countries where people enjoy wild fruits. So that's another category. We can also think about, if we think of vegetables, oh, there are also loads of vegetables. So all this is food which is on the planet. We have the leafy greens of various types. We have the cabbages, we have the broccoli, we have the cauliflower, we have the tender stem broccoli, we have the mustard greens, we have the what else? We have the the pork choy, we have the kale, So there is a lot of us to choose from. We have a lot of food to choose from. If we think of bulbs, we have lots of bulbs, the onion, the turnips, and the kohlrabi. We also have uh, the fennel, So lots of variety when we think of food. Then if you come up to like fish, oh my goodness, there is a lot of variety when it comes to fish. There is the bream, the mackerel, the salmon, the tilapia, the sardines. So all that is, different type of fish available for us. So it is just, I just felt like let's just like refresh our minds and just appreciate what is in our environment, appreciate the various foods, appreciate the various types of food, you know. Oh, we have people in the house. We have Chana Z Twist. Hello, Chana Z Twist. How have you been, Chana Z? Chana Z is saying, hey, sis. And she's saying, just stopping by to show some love. Oh, thank you so much, Chana Z. I know it's late now on your side. Yeah, it's bedtime on your side. All the same, thank you ever so much for passing by. So today I was just talking about the different categories of food around. So how has been your day, Chanazi? How has been your day? So when it comes to food, we get loads of nutrients from the food. And the nutrients do various, you know, various like they give us various benefits to our bodies. The food has different foods have different vitamins. Different food has different mineral salts or minerals, and different food has like uh, minerals which are specific to those foods. Like some food have magnesium, some food have potassium, some food have iron. So we get all those from the food which we have around us. So in other just to give the what food really does to us, we said food has lots of nutrients, and food give us energy when we eat the food. We also we also grow. It gives us growth. That's why you see mammals do like suckle the young ones so that the young ones grow. So because of like when they suckle the young ones will get the appropriate nutrients, and then they grow, you know. And we also talk about the another function of food, repairing tissues. Because sometimes as we grow, sometimes we get damage here and there, and so it's because of the minerals and chemicals which we get from the food, which will help our bodies to repair, or our cells to repair. We also talk about, this is another very important thing Like people talk about the immune system. The immune system is that system in our bodies which help us just to fight in some infections, or to fight some infections, so that we sort of avoid some diseases. So certain compounds in food, certain minerals and vitamins can help us to improve or to boost our immune system. And we talk about just being active. Some people, you see some people going to the gym and they are so strong, and you see people doing all sorts of heavy work. You see people doing like farming. Some, go down in the mines, and some people, like you drive very heavy vehicles, and some people, like do like lifting other objects. So it's because the people have some energy, because you need strength, you need energy to be able to do all those tasks. So it's because of food. When we have some food, your body will be strong enough to do various tasks. It will be strong enough to do various tasks. So we might think, oh, it only ends when we eat food. Sometimes we think, oh, maybe it only ends in the stomach, and maybe the food will just help the stomach. That's not it. The food helps the whole body. The food will help the whole body, because when we eat the food, and the food gets digested, and when the food gets digested, that means it turns into really a very small particles. It turns into very small particles, and these small particles can then get mixed, they get into the blood, and we know our blood uh, flows all around the body. Our blood flows all around. So the blood will then feed every part of our body. Each part of the body. If you can name the parts, each part of our body is supplied with blood. So in the blood, then that's where the nutrients are. They will be traveling all over our body, even to our brain, even to our limbs. Everywhere the blood will just go. So that's why we always find food as an interesting item in our life. Food is really interesting, and it is really, food is part of us. It's interesting, and it is really fascinating how it will end up, being digested and going all over the body. That is really, I find it really amazing. So these body functions, imagine all the body functions which take place in our bodies. They need some energy to function. So it's all about food. It's all about food. Yeah, the other day I was just saying, oh, people nowadays do really choose what they want to eat. Yeah. Gone are the days when we just say, oh, we people should eat this. Nowadays, people have freedom to choose whatever they want to eat. And some people, they like to eat vegetables only, which is lovely. Some people eat it's called the vegetarian diet, and they will just eat anything to do with the greens. That's what they eat. And some people would say, oh, they don't like to eat anything to do with the greens. and they'll just go for um the carnivore diet. I sort of like the carnivore diet, but I cannot do the carnivore diet because, you know, when it comes to like maybe you need some steak, you need some, what else do you need? You know, those types of meat, you know. So, yeah, if you can afford that, you can have the carnivore diet, you know. And some people do, we said vegetarian, carnivore. And there's this one called the Mediterranean diet. And there's also the all-rounder. You know, most people do the all-rounder, the omnivore diet, where they just eat, whether it's meat or vegetable, they just eat both of them. They don't, you know, like say, oh, they just don't want meat only, but they mix, you know. So I think most people fall in that group, you know. Yeah, I think most people fall in that group where people, you just have meat and vegetables and cereals. Yeah. So those are different. People are free to choose what they want to eat. And yeah, because choice is really important in our life. And everyone's choice should be respected. So that is about diets. You know, people are having different diets. Even when it comes to beverages, people have also some people have made their choices and they just stick to one beverage. Some people just stick to coffee. They don't like the taste of tea. Some people will stick to tea. They don't like the taste of coffee. And, you know, some people will do what is known as maybe green tea because they don't like the other two. They don't like coffee. They don't like tea. And there is also another group, some people would say, oh, they don't want coffee. They don't want like coffee or tea. They don't like tea. They don't go. So these other people do take like herbal teas. Yeah, they take herbal tea. Like they would take like ginger tea, and some would take I mean rosemary tea, or cinnamon tea, or clove tea. You know, those are various choices. You know, so it is really interesting to see what people love to eat and what people love to drink. It is really interesting. So, as for me, I don't really have like a specific drink which I say I take. I just like to have maybe mostly I might have like lemon tea with a bit of ginger, or sometimes if I have like cinnamon, I can have a cinnamon tea or a clove tea. I don't have like a specific beverage which I like. It depends what is available. Sometimes, you know, it depends what's available. China Z, what's your favorite beverage? Do you have a favorite drink? China Z, do you have a favorite drink? Oh, Leah is here. Hello, Leah. Leah ABC 67. Hi, Leah. Leah is saying, hi, I'm back. How have been your day, Leah? How has been your day? Leah is saying hi. Leah is saying hi. Lovely to have you back, Leah. Lovely to have you back in the live stream. Do you remember? Yeah, I remember you, Leah. Your name is really familiar. I do remember you. How has been your day? How has been your day? Oh, that's lovely to hear. Leah is saying the day was good. Today we're just talking about food. Do you have a favorite food? Do you have a favorite food? Oh, no, Leah is saying not really. Yeah, it's like, yeah, most people, they just, it's like going with the flow. Whatever is like available and whatever they just want to eat that day, then they enjoy the food. Yeah, most people, do not really have favorite food. But some people would say, oh, my favorite food is dash dash. Oh, someone say, oh, my favorite food is dash dash. So I was just saying that food is just um, one item or one thing which really is helpful to our bodies. That is, if we are we are able to consume the food. Yeah, the dietitian say that food has some nutrients, and food help us to help us to have some energy. Food help us to have to grow, you know and food help us if we have some injuries. The nutrients will help us to recover from some, for example, injuries, or some damage to our tissues. And food also help us to have energy, so that we are able to do various activities like driving, walking, even driving, walking, even doing various types of jobs. You need energy to do those things. So it's through consumption of food that we get energy, that we can have our bodies can have the ability to repair some tissues, and we have the ability to grow. Imagine what happens to a baby. When a baby, the baby will grow because maybe the mother is giving the baby some milk, you know, whether it's suckling or whether it's milk formula, both are equally good. So that's what food does to us. We always, this world, if you imagine the industry uh, pertaining to food production, it's really massive. And when you go into the supermarket, all you see is, most of it is, I can say like 99%, it will be like food items when you go to a supermarket. And then maybe 2% is other things. So food is really of importance to us. Yeah. And you can always think of various categories of food. We can list them, like we'll spend the whole day listing the food types. There are lots of food types. around us. So China Z is here. I was saying, China Z, do you have a favorite food? Do you have a favorite food, China Z twist? So if you go to the supermarket, you'll be amazed. Just looking at the aisles of, of food, and seeing the types of food there. There are lots of food, lots of food types. So it's only the it's only up to us to choose what we want to eat, because the choices are there, and people make their choices, you know, according to their preferences. Yeah. Because the food is there for us to choose from. You can go to an aisle where there is meat products. Then you go to another aisle, there are fruits and vegetables. Then you go to an aisle where there are like milk products, cheese, fresh milk, yogurt, and so on. Then another aisle has confectionery. There's bread, there's all types of rolls, there are buns, there are like cakes, there are cookies, So the choice is on us to choose what we want to eat. And their food is always there, it's available. And you can go to a section where there is like cereals. There are loads of them, different like types, cereals. You can also go to an aisle where there are tinned foods, so you can choose whatever you want. I'm just giving you just a picture of what kind of food we normally see in a supermarket. Then I've done meat, I've done fruit and veg, I've done cereals, confectionery, and I've done what else? Tinned foods, which I always left now. Yeah, I think I've covered most of them. Yeah. We can say fruit and vegetables, meat aisle, milk, tinned foods, cereals. Yeah. Oh, I left one aisle where there are like the ingredients we buy to use for cooking. So you can go to this aisle where there are various types of cooking oils and various powdered like spices and herbs, and you have some different types of salt, and you have some different types of 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 uh, of soups, so all those are food items, and it's up to us to choose what we like, and what we find is our preferences. So that's why it is always a good idea to have, when you go shopping, it's always a good idea to have a shopping list. Although, as for me, sometimes I don't even, when I go shopping, when I plan to go shopping, sometimes I write the shopping list and put the little, I always write the shopping list and then put the shopping list in my bag. But when I get to the supermarket, Sometimes I even forget to use the shopping list, to refer whatever I want to refer my purchases, on the shopping list. I just, I don't know how it happens. I write the list. When I get there, I don't use the list. I don't know what happens. I just get maybe excited because I would think, oh, I know what I want. Then I'll just ignore the shopping list and start picking the things I want. So the danger in that is that sometimes we end up going, over your shopping list, you go over budget sometimes. So it is really a good idea to plan your shopping, to write the items you want to buy, and follow that shopping list. And do not get astray when you go into the supermarket. Just try to be sort of like disciplined, sort of, and just keep to the keep to your plan, keep to your list. I'm just saying it, but as for me, I find it so hard to keep to the plan. But sometimes when you go into the shop, oh, you see, maybe you've seen some maybe you've seen you didn't even have on your list that you want to buy some melon. Then you see this big melon, and you just start saying, oh, I think that melon is tastes so sweet. Then you start adding that all those things to your shopping list, to your basket. So sometimes a bit of maybe disciplining yourself is is a good thing. Or maybe you see this like shiny, you see this like shiny mangoes. Mangoes are always tempting. Then they were not even on the list, but because they are shining while they are on that aisle, on that shelf, then you just get tempted and you start picking the mangoes, picking the watermelon, and and the list goes on. So I think it's best when we are at home to write things which you like to buy, add them on your shopping list. And when you are adding them, why not including the watermelon if you think you like the watermelon? And why not including, maybe there are strawberries there in the supermarket. Just include them on your shopping list so that at least you say, oh, today, I think you say, oh, today I've managed just to be, to be disciplined. I've managed to stick to the shopping list. So I think from now, from now onwards, I just want to try as well, just to be a bit, like, what can we call it, to be conservative, sort of, to just to be strict to yourself, just as an experiment. I want to try it. The next time I go, like, to buy a few things for the home, I'll just write them down. And when I go to the supermarket, I just want to say, milk, I tick. Maybe, what else? Cooking oil, I tick. And maybe lemon, I tick. Or maybe a watermelon, I tick. Then I won't even look at the other things. I'll just pay for those and I come home. So I just want to try it, to give it a try, to see if I am able to keep to the shopping list. It will be really interesting. I can imagine myself being disciplined in that way. So it's just, something to enjoy doing, to keep to the shopping list, just to enjoy doing that. I think it will make, if I try it and I follow the list, I think I'll be very happy. I think I'll be very happy. Yeah. So that maybe I'll say, gone are the days when I go into the supermarket, I just start being carried away and to buy all sorts of things, you know, you know. So that is food, Food is tempting. Food is sometimes food when you see food on the shelf there, it just brings, it is like tempting. It makes you want to buy it because of the colors, you know. Sometimes the colors attract our attention, the colors of food. When I talk about colors of food, I always talk about the mango. When you see a yellow mango in the supermarket, you just say, oh my God, how much is that mango? You are just tempted to buy it, even though it's not on your shopping list, because of the color. And the other fruit which can tempt you is if you know what those people do at the fruit market. Some of them will chop will chop like pumpkins, and they wrap them in plastic, and so that the customers will see the color of the pumpkin, and that is also tempting. You will say, oh, this pumpkin, it looks so orangey, or it looks so yellow, so you get tempted and you buy the pumpkin. And if you go to any aisle where there the other fruit thing which tempts, like strawberries. Strawberries are so tempting. As for me, when I see them in the supermarket, the color is so enticing. I just want to say, oh, these strawberries, they look so good, you know, because that color of strawberries, the strawberry color, it just attracts your attention and you just want to buy them. And the other fruit which is so attractive are the, like those red dragon fruits. When you see them, you just say, oh my God, look at that red dragon fruit. You just want to buy them because of the color. Even, which other fruit? Some fruits are too dull, you know. Some of them appear too dull. You don't even want to. Sometimes they are really nutritious fruits, but because of their color, you just say, "Oh, should I buy a kiwi?" Not knowing that the kiwi is loaded with vitamins and nutrients. But I think most people will just say, "Oh, kiwi," because maybe of the fibers there and the brown color. So people just say, oh, kiwi, can I buy a kiwi? But when it comes to like grapes, people like grapes. The green grapes, they are so like refreshing and they are tempting. So people would rather maybe pick the grapes and leave the kiwis, not knowing the kiwis are really good. You know, so the color of food is makes us, you know, like to find out more about the food, the color of the food. And the other fruit which I can remember is what, which is tempting. Even sometimes, if you go to a supermarket and you see these yellow, bright yellow bananas, you know, your attention is just drawn to them, you know, at times. Then you are attracted by the color of the bananas, and even though they won't be on your shopping list, you just end up buying them because they are being presented in a beautiful yellow color. You know, they are like enticing. So that's what food does to us. Food is part of our environment, and the colors of the fruits and some of the vegetables is so tempting. There's a vegetable which really it tempts me, you know. When I go to the supermarket and I see like kale, kale really attracts my attention because, you know, that crinkled kale, I like it so much because it's like mesmerizing. And sometimes it is a bit, you know, priced, but sometimes I end up buying it. And I would maybe choose that kale instead of buying cabbage. Cabbage is really reasonably priced. But sometimes you end up choosing the kale because you find it, like attractive. The crinkles on the edges of the kale, are just mesmerizing. Then you say, oh, I think this kale tastes so good. And you end up buying the kale. Oh, we have a new guest in the house. Hello. T. Conscious. Oh, it's T Conscious. 7501. Hello, T Conscious. How are you doing, T Conscious? How are you doing today? I hope all is good with you. So we are just talking about food. Because food is part of our life. We love food. Food gives us nutrients, various nutrients. And we have the freedom to choose what we want to eat. That is the best thing, ever. We choose what we want to eat. And sometimes food is tempting because of the color of some of the food items. It tempts us. It tempts us. For example, if there's another food item which really tempts me, it's like sometimes a family member will bring some what are these? Some fries, yeah, fries or chips. Fries or chips. If a family member brings some fries or chips to home, and these fries, they look so yellow. And these fries look so yellow. Your family member brings a takeaway home, and the fries look so appetizing. They look so yellow, and they look so like they don't have any grease on them. When the fries look like they have no grease on them, they are so tempting, and they are so like appetizing. You just want to eat them. So the color and maybe the texture of food sometimes, most of the time, make us have, make us want to eat them, want to have a taste of them. Yeah. So this is what happens. Our brain likes to see like colorful food and food which is like well presented, and we will enjoy eating the food because we love the color, we love the appearance, we also love the texture of the food. So that's what food does. Food is part of us. Food is it attracts our attention, and it's like if you go to an apple tree, and some apples are so colorful, the bright like burgundy color, you just like to have them. And obviously when you go to an apple tree where there are ripe apples which are really colorful, you obviously go for the reddish looking apple. You won't go for the green apple. So the colors of the food around us is so attractive and enticing. So that's what we are talking about today. We are talking about food and its characteristics. Food, what food does to our eyes, and food sometimes can be what? Food sometimes can be so good, can attract us, can be so attractive that we just want to taste the food. Yeah, which is a good thing. Yeah, we are saying it is good, when we are around the good color of food, and we will obviously want to taste this food. Yeah, because of the color of the food. We will definitely like to find out how the food tastes, you know. Yeah. Sometimes if someone like cooks, maybe roast some chicken or roast some beef, and the food is looking so delicious, it is looking so attractive, then obviously you only what you have to do there, what your wish will be just to taste the chicken, to taste the beef, because of the color, you know, of the color of how, of the outcome of the, you know, of the recipe. So you just want to taste the food. So today I want to show you something different. Maybe some people know about this item. Um, this item is called is a squash. It is in the family of the squash. It's a squash. And what happened is that uh, yesterday when I went to the allotment, I just went there to see, you know, how the allotment is faring, and just to see if the crops are still, you know, surviving, because the weather has just turned cold. It is just, the temperatures are cooling down. So I went to the garden to see what is happening there. So as I was just walking in the garden, you know, I have a neighbor of mine in the, you know, who has another allotment, and came to me, and he just said, "Oh, would you like to have this?" I said, "Oh, what are those?" So he was giving me this, and I have never seen them before. And I look at that. He said, "Oh, would you like to have this?" Look at that. And there were two of them. Oh, they're a bit heavy. There were two of them. So this is from a neighbor, you know, someone who has an allotment near me. So he said, "Oh, do you like to have this?" Because at the allotment, people do share produce, you know. And I was really mesmerized. It was really captivating seeing this thing here, because I had never seen them and I have never grown them. So I just, you know, I just said, "Oh, what is that?" You know, because I'm used to my, you know, to my ordinary green pumpkins, yellow, like creamish pumpkins, and like light green pumpkins. So I had never seen these ones. So this size, this is their size. They don't grow bigger. They are not like those ones used for Halloween. This is a different species, you know. This one is a different species. So he said, "Oh, these are called Hokkaido. These ones, they are called Hokkaido squash." So I said, "Oh, I've never seen them before." And I asked him, "Did you grow this yourself?" And he said, "Oh, yes, I grew this. He grew this himself." So it really surprised me, because it was my first time to see the Hokkaido squashes. Look at them; they are really, they are really amazing. The color is really amazing. It's like, the color is like orange. You know, there's a shade of orange and a shade of red. Orange and red. Really amazing. It's really captivating. And he went on to say that it's called the Hokkaido squash. And it is also known as the red curry. Some people call it red curry. Kuri, red curry. And it is also known as the Uchiki Kuri, Uchiki Kuri. Oh, so it has like several names, And if you look, it is quite a small squash. It is quite a small squash. And if you look at it like, closely, it is looking like an onion. So some people call it the onion squash. So this is onion squash, and because it looks like an onion. Imagine that, the onion bulb. It looks like the onion bulb. So it's called the onion squash, and some people call it red curry, and some people call it uchiki curry, uchiki kiri, uchiki kuri, uchiki kuri, red squash, onion squash, Hokkaido squash, red curry, or uchiki kuri, uchiki kuri. Do you know where this name Hokkaido comes from? Who can guess the country where this name Hokkaido comes from? Can someone give me a guess? Where do you think this squash originated from? The Hokkaido. The Hokkaido squash. It originates from a certain country. What's the name of the country? Who wants to guess? Okay. No one wants to guess. So, this beautiful, mesmerizing, captivating, attractive squash originates from a country called Japan. So this is a Japanese type of squash. This one, it's Japanese. But the good thing, the good thing is that the world is now a global village, and we can try and grow whatever crops we feel like growing any part of the world. So this one was grown, is originally native to Japan, but my neighbor managed to grow this onion squash, this red curry, or this uchiki curry, or Hokkaido squash. Wow, this is really amazing. When he gave me this squash, I was so happy, because he said that this squash is so sweet, and the preparation is just, what you have to do is wash the Hokkaido. You wash it, and you just slice it open. You don't have to peel it, because both the skin and the flesh part inside there are edible. So I said, oh, that's a good thing. So I'll just wash it, slice it open, chop it into some slices. But what I'm going to do with the seeds is that I want to keep these seeds, because I will use them for seeds. I will try to plant them as well in the coming summer season. So this is the attractive Hokkaido, which is small, and it looks like an onion. It's small and looks like an onion, and it is like orange and reddish color. The Japanese type of squash. You would wonder, it also, people say that It looks like, do you know, when you draw a teardrop, you know, if you draw a teardrop, you draw it like, you draw a circle, you draw like a circle like this, and then when you're drawing a teardrop, you put like a little bit of an extension there, then you go around, then you say, oh, that's a teardrop. When you are doing art, you can draw a teardrop in the form of maybe something like round, and you put like a little a protruding, you know, something protruding at the far, at the top or end of the teardrop. So people believe that it looks like a teardrop. This one, look at this one, this shape here, and you know, it looks like a teardrop. If we remove this stalk here, yeah, I can remove this stalk because I want to cut it open. Let me remove the stalk. Wow, look at that. So it looks like a tea. I just removed the fruit stalk. So this thing here, it has this thing here. It's like a teardrop. No, those who do art, they know what we mean by a teardrop. That's how they draw a teardrop. So this, the Hokkaido squash, it is also known as red curry, also known as uchiki curry, also known as the onion squash, and it looks like a teardrop. Wow, beautiful. So what else can we say about it? The skin is really smooth. It is smooth, you know, it's smooth, and the color is orange red, and the shape, it's like an onion. And it also has another nickname, sort of. They say it is like a tear. Looks like a tear. You know, it looks like a teardrop. You know, a teardrop. So, how can you prepare the Hokkaido? How can we prepare the Hokkaido? We can roast the Hokkaido after washing, split it open, remove the seeds. You can roast it, you can bake it, you can chop into small pieces, and then you boil the pieces and then join with your soup ingredients. So you can make into a soup, or you can add to curries. You know, when you cook your chicken curry, and you know, you like to add a bit of, you know, fluffiness into the chicken curry, you want to add a bit of like another flavor, exotic flavor, you can add little pieces of the red curry or the Hokkaido into your stews, you know, even if it's beef stew or chicken stew. You can always add the little pieces and enjoy. So now I want to split it open, and we just want to see how it looks like in the inside. So let me let me leave it here. Oh, look at it. Let's hope it won't fall down. Yeah, I'll leave it here and get a chopping board. I'm going to wash my hands and get a chopping board. Then I'll chop it open. Then we are going to see the inside of the Hokkaido squash. We are going to see the color inside, and we are also going to remove the seeds and prepare and save the seeds for growing when summer comes. So we are going to remove the seeds, and I'll wash the seeds and then save the seeds, you know, let them dry and then use them as seeds when summer comes, you know. So the skin is edible. You don't need to peel it. The skin is edible. So we are going to chop. I'm going to wash my hands. I've already washed the pumpkin, previously. So just going to wash my hands and then split it open. Then we will see what's inside. Get the chopping board. Get the chopping board. I wash my hands. So I'm going to chop this and see what is inside. I chop it. I'll chop it on the table here, and then I'll show you how it looks like in the inside. Oh, it's really hard to chop. It's just like any other pumpkin, any other squash. Oh, it's hard. There you go. This is the inside of the squash. It's really yellow. It's a bright yellow. So I'm going to remove the seeds. I'm going to remove the seeds. And I usually, when I remove the seeds, I usually put them in a sieve. No, I remove the seeds and put them in a sieve. So let me get a spoon to remove the seeds. So we are removing the seeds. The seeds are quite big. And the seeds look really mature. They look mature. So this is the Japanese type of squash. It's looking really vibrant in color. It's looking vibrant in color. So we have removed the seeds from this one. Then we try the other one. I have 2 pieces. So we remove the seeds from the other part. So that's our squash. That's the Japanese squash. That's the squash. So what I will do is, then you can slice it into some smaller pieces. You slice it into some smaller pieces, and then you can bake it, you can roast it, or you can chop into tiny pieces and include into your soup. Thank you, Chana Z. See you tomorrow. See you. Thanks for turning up for the live stream. So that's the squash. It is really appetizing. Look at the color. It is like a mango. The color is like that of a mango. It's really awesome. So what I will do with the seeds, I usually use the sieve, you know. I'll just try to put the seeds there, you know, in the strainer, and try to separate the seeds from the pulp, you know. So after I separate the seeds from the pulp, I will wash the seeds, you know, and then let them dry. So the task is to separate the pulp from the seeds. Yeah, you can easily, you know, it takes a bit of time, but it's something which is achievable, you know. So just to separate the seeds and then wash them. Chana Z is saying, bedtime, CC, see you tomorrow. That's fine. Have a great night, a good night. So I'm just in the process of trying to retrieve these seeds. They're a bit sticky, you know, so it needs a lot of like patience, you know, to retrieve them. Yeah, it needs a bit of patience to retrieve them. But once you retrieve them, you'll be happy. You'll be happy because you know that you have the seeds for your next growing season. So let's see how far we go with them. So this is the Haka. This is the Hokkaido. Hokkaido. This is the Hokkaido. The amazing Japanese squash. The Hokkaido. So next growing season, my garden will be colorful, and everyone will be coming around to admire the Hokkaido squash. I think I'll plant it like at the front of the, you know, at the entrance of the garden, so that, you know, people just, you know, come and admire the color of the Hokkaido. Oh, the seeds I'm trying to get as many as I can. Look, all this. Yeah, so we need them. I'll check if these seeds are edible. I'll check. Maybe they are edible. I'll check. I haven't checked that. What I checked is that the skin is edible, the fluffy inside, the pith is edible. So we still have, oh, this will fill up this tray now. Yeah. So look what food does. Food is fascinating. Food is interesting. And it can occupy you, you know, and it is just fulfilling. It can become a pastime, just selecting the seeds like this can be a pastime, which is really amazing. I'm really having a good time separating the seeds from the pith. Wow, look at that. I'm having a great time just keeping my fingers crossed that the board doesn't fall over. Look at that. Yeah. I think if I press the pith like this, if I press the pith like this, it will help to release the seeds. Yeah, I found a way to do it. I just do like, press the pith. If I press the pith like this, the seeds will release themselves. They will separate themselves from the pith. Yeah, but there are some seeds which are like immature. So those which are immature are hard to come off the pith. But on the overall, most of the seeds are mature. Because we cannot take this for drying together with the pith. We need to remove the fibers, these fibers. Oh, look at that. All this. This is another way of food processing. We can call it food processing. It's not only done in the industry, we can also do food processing in the home. Like I'm doing food processing. Look at this one. Just squeeze them. Squeeze them. They come out. Then this one, squeeze. See, all these are the seeds. So after this, we wash the seeds. We wash the seeds after this. We've collected a lot of them. So we've collected all these seeds. So because we want them to save them for seeds, we can then wash them. So I'm going to wash the seeds. I'm going to wash the seeds. I'm going to wash the seeds. Just a minute, just washing the seeds. So you wash the seeds, the seeds are clean now. So these are the seeds of the pumpkin. You can also, if there are a bit of remains, like some yellowish pulp, you can just pick them up and remove them from the seeds. You remove them from the seeds. But the seeds are ready for drying. After washing, you can then maybe, if you have a kitchen roll, you can just wrap them around a kitchen roll. There are the seeds. There are the seeds. There are loads of them. Loads of them. So you wrap them around a kitchen roll, and then you can dry them by the windowsill. So I let them, drip a little bit. I let them drip a little bit, and then wrap them around a kitchen roll and save them as your next seeds for planting. So this is what we usually do with pumpkin seeds. After we chop the pumpkin seeds, if your desire is to save them for seeds for the next planting season, you wash them, you wrap them on a kitchen roll to remove excess water. Then after that, you put them in a flat surface by the windowsill and let them dry. Then you have your next seed for the next growing season. So this is what we are doing with the amazing, colorful Hokkaido. This is the Hokkaido. So what's left is just to slice it into some slices, and I'm going to bake it in the oven. So have two beautiful pieces. Two beautiful pieces. Look at that. Two beautiful pieces. So our theme today was color. Some fruit items have vibrant color which attract us. The same as when I was presented this Hokkaido, it just blew my my what can I say? I just got attracted to it, and I just liked it. And I'm hopeful that when I bake it, it's going to be tasty. Look at that. The red curry. Wow. And the botanists say it looks like a teardrop, which is really, I think they were accurate in their description. It looks like a teardrop, when you draw a teardrop. So remember, the skin is edible. Oh, we have a new guest in the house. It's Rookie boy, H9V, Rookie boy H9V. Hello, Rookie boy H9V. How are you doing today? We are in the middle of talking about this Hokkaido squash. It's a type of squash, and its origin is native to Japan. It is native to Japan. It is also called the red curry. So that's the amazing. This is the amazing squash. Now, when we talk about food, we should always try to find out the benefits of these, food items, although it is beautiful and mesmerizing and attractive and of a vibrant color, it shouldn't end there. We should always try to talk about its benefit. What do we get from it, really? What do we get from the Hokkaido? What do we get from the Hokkaido squash? So that's the other important issue which we need to consider. So the Hokkaido squash, remember, it's in the family of squashes. And do you know what? There are loads of varieties of squashes. So this is one of the variety of squashes. And according to, to the botanists, they say Squashes can go up to about 200 different, you know, varieties. Squashes have over 200 varieties, which people are cultivating nowadays. So this is one of the varieties, one of the beautiful varieties. So what does the Hokkaido squash do to us? What is its benefits? The Hokkaido is, like all other squashes, it has minerals and it has vitamins. And it is believed, they believe that the Hokkaido can help your immune system when you eat the Hokkaido, You can boost your immune system. It is also believed that it has some vitamins and minerals which can boost or which can help your eye health, the health of your eyes. So it is really amazing. It is believed that it has some potassium in it. When fruits and vegetables have potassium, it is believed that this potassium will help with the health of your heart. So the Hokkaido squash is in that group of food which help with the with the heart, our heart health, the health of our heart. So if it helps with the health of our heart, that means it is good for our general well-being, our general healthy, healthy status, our general well-being. So this is the Hokkaido squash. So which other minerals are in there? They say that there is potassium, there is also magnesium. So potassium and magnesium are in this beautiful squash. Wow, it looks like a mango. You would think it's a big mango, but in actual fact, it is a squash. So it has other vitamins like vitamin B, vitamin B6, it is a combination of vitamins. So that, and it also has another very important, thing, which we usually get from fruits and vegetables. It is loaded with fiber, because most fruits give us fiber, most vegetables give us fiber, and squashes are known to give us fiber. So the Hokkaido squash also gives us some fiber. So what is fiber good for? Why fiber? We always say, oh, fruits have fiber, vegetables have fiber. Why fiber? What does fiber do? When we eat food with fiber, fiber is there to improve our digestion. So this special, wow, it's so special. This special, wow, it is really lovely. Look at the yellow color. This lovely, this lovely squash has loads of fiber. That means if it has fiber, therefore it is believed to help with digestion. So this captivating, wow, look at the color. Wow, the color is amazing. Look at the amazing color. This orange color is really deep orange. It's really deep, the inside is really beautiful. So we said vitamins, minerals, believed to help with the immune system, believed to help with eye health, believed to help with the heart, the health of the heart. And it is believed to boost the immune system when you eat this squash. And we shouldn't forget about digestion, because there is fiber in this squash, so it's believed that the Hokkaido has lots of fiber. Therefore, the fiber is believed, the fiber will help with digestion. So this is our captivating fruit. Hence, with the vibrant color, it is mesmerizing. With the vibrant color, people will just get attracted to it. Those who like pumpkins, those who like squash family, when they see this Hokkaido, they will just say, oh, can I please taste it? Because the color is mesmerizing. So what do we do really? What do we do with it? Just wash it, chop it into small pieces, add it to your soup, or if you don't want it to be in the soup, wash it, chop it, bake it, roast it, and enjoy. So this is our amazing fruit for today. Oh, someone is asking. Let's go to the chat and hear what people are asking. We have Rocky. Rocky boy is saying, hi. Is that a tangerine? Oh, no, it's not a tangerine. It is a squash. It's a squash. And this squash originates from Japan. That's where it's native. It originated from Japan, and it is also called the red curry. It's not a mango, it's not a tangerine, it's a squash. It's not a citrus, but it looks like a citrus. If you take like a large grapefruit, you'd think, oh, maybe it's like a grapefruit. Maybe it's a grapefruit. Not really. It's only a squash. It's an amazing squash. So, Rocket says, is it a mango? No, it's not a mango. It's a squash. It is a squash. So this is what we were talking about today. We're talking about the amazing... We're talking about the mesmerizing color. The color is awesome. It is really vibrant. And earlier on, I was saying that my neighbor gave me this squash. And when he presented this squash to me, it just, it was just, it was just like a surprise, and it mesmerized me. The color is mesmerizing, because it is the first time to see or to have it. So let's go to the chat and have a look at our guests. We have Rocket was asking if it's a mango. It's not a mango. And we have Tam Diva. Oh, hello, Tam Diva. How are you? And Tam Diva is saying, Mary Z. Yeah. And Rocket is saying, I'm back from Georgia. Oh, you went to Georgia. Oh, you're from Georgia. All right, I can see. Oh, lovely to have you back, Rocket. And Tam Diva is saying, Fluffy Diva support you. Oh, welcome, Fluffy Diva. It's lovely to have you here in the live stream. I've been talking about the Hokkaido squash. This one, it's from Japan. Thank you so much, Fluffy Diva, for your support and for coming at this very hour to support me. I really am grateful for your support. And Tam Diva is saying, just got, from work, I know. Yeah, it's already on to 10. Wow. You know, traveling and so on, it's not easy as that. And Tam Diva is saying, Chana, greetings to Chana. Tam Diva is giving us hugs and likes. Thank you ever so much, giving us hugs and likes. So this is the squash we're talking about. Tam Diva is saying, Fluffy is saying, I am in the background. Oh, I'm really grateful, Fluffy, for your amazing support. So it has been a beautiful time sharing about the onion looking like. If I close it like this, it looks like an onion. So they are saying it is an onion looking like squash. It looks like an onion. And it looks like a teardrop as well. Yeah. It looks like a teardrop. Let me take one which is intact. The intact one. So this is the intact one. So this neighbor of mine gave me 2 of them. So I'll be cooking the other one tomorrow. So this is the other one. It looks like a teardrop. They say a teardrop. So if I remove this one, yeah, look at that. It looks like a teardrop. The color is just vibrant, you know. The color is vibrant. It is like orange red, you know, orange red color. And the skin is edible. Oh, Rocket Rocket Tasty said, I have 2 squash at home. Oh, do you have this type, Rocket? Do you have this type, or you have the green one or the yellow one? Which ones do you have, Rocket? Do you have this one, this Hokkaido one? The Hokkaido. Do you have the Hokkaido or you have the other ones? Oh, Rocket says, I have a yellow one. Oh, yeah, yellow ones are also delicious. Are you keeping it for cooking, or you want to do like a Halloween? You know, some people have those big ones and they are now starting to collect them for celebrating Halloween. But this one is basically for cooking. So are you going to cook yours, Rocket, or are you going to have it as a celebration for Halloween? Rocket says, I have a yellow one. And he says, Rocket said, yes, the one that you can eat the skin in, like an apple. All right, okay, but too big to eat. Oh, I know, that big one. So, yeah, pumpkins are really an amazing group of food. They are, you know, where I read that there are over like 200 varieties of pumpkin which people are growing, you know. So imagine, it's really a large group of of um, varieties in the pumpkin family, loads of them. So that's why today I happened to get to see this one for the first time. It was for the first time I saw this one. So I'll find out how it tastes when tomorrow I bake it. I'm going to bake it, you know. I'm going to bake it. Rocket is saying, I have a pumpkin pie. Oh, you can make a pumpkin pie. Wow, that is amazing. I've never made a pumpkin pie. I'll find out how a pumpkin pie is made, and maybe try it. Yeah, I'll find out how a pumpkin pie. Yeah, people always talk about pumpkin pie, but I don't really know how to make a pumpkin pie. Rocket, do you know how to make a pumpkin pie? A pumpkin pie. Yeah, do you know how to make it? I need to look into that and find out how you make a pumpkin pie. With most of the pumpkins I have or I get, oh, yes, she said yes. Also use Google some. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Google might help me there. Yeah, I'll just find out after I finish this live stream. I want to find out, the recipe for pumpkin pie. I'll find it out. But with most of my pumpkins, I just bake them. I like baking them. And they'll be like a bit like crispy, a little bit, and tender, and really yummy. So most of my pumpkins, I just bake them, and I can enjoy the pumpkin with maybe with a bit of meat like chicken, and I can also make maybe a side dish of maybe a little bit of salad, and enjoy the pumpkin. Rocket says, but I know you need pumpkin sugar. All right, pumpkin sugar, baking powder, and water to mix it. But I don't know how many. Okay, but Google will specify. I'll check it out and see how to make a pumpkin pie. It is. I think it will be really an interesting recipe. Yeah, because pumpkin. Everyone talks about pumpkin pie. People always say, "Oh, pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie." So I wonder how this pumpkin pie tastes like, since I've never made it. I've never made pumpkin pie. So I'll find out how to make pumpkin pie, and maybe if it comes out well, will be another option. So Rocket Chestic is saying, "Oh no, I have to go." That's fine, Rocket. I'm grateful you managed to be in the live stream, and that was good to have you in the live stream. And Rocket is saying, "Have fun." I only have about 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go as well, because I always finish at like 120, at 120 minutes, at 120-minute mark. So I'm grateful, Rocket, you were in the live stream, and we had a wonderful discussion or dialogue about the pumpkins. So I'll be finishing the live stream. I can just say that this Hokkaido pumpkin, it is really like appetizing to look at. The color itself will just make you just want to cook it or want to taste it, because the color is mesmerizing. And the color is, this orange red color. It's really beautiful. So, and I said that this pumpkin, you can eat it with the skin, and when you remove the seeds, you can prepare it and eat it with the skin. So it is really an amazing pumpkin, a pumpkin which I really, am thankful that someone gave it to me today. So that's the Hokkaido pumpkin squash. Some people call it the red curry, and some people call it the onion squash because it resembles the shape of the onion. It resembles the shape of the onion. So I've come to the 120-minute mark. So I just want to thank the people who managed to be in the live stream. So when I read your name, it means I am very much grateful. So we have Rocket Tastic. We have Rocket Tastic. We have Tam Diva, Fluffy Diva. Thank you. We also had Chana Z Twists. Yeah, she's gone to bed. And we also had Leah, ABC. I'm grateful for the attendance. We also have Lucy Warren. Lucy Warren swelled. Lucy Warren swelled. We had Strawberry and Friends. B1B, Strawberry and Friends. Wow, that was awesome. I'm so grateful for the people who have attended. So it's time to call it a day.